Happy 100! That historic day, folks. 100 episodes of YouTuber News.
Hashtag YouTuber News 100. And what a magical number that is. 100 elements on the periodic table. Jesus and his 100 disciples. Disney classic 100 Dalmatians. Truly, this show is only going to go from strength to strength. And that's why today's the last episode. Take it away, me. Thanks, me. Shame about this being the last ever episode. You'd think with 100 you'd want to keep going, but you've said it now, so that makes it true. A YouTuber is under fire for a prank video where he made out with his sister. James Charles has won a historic copyright battle against YouTube. Jake Paul has sustained a possibly career-ending injury, and of course it's the return of YouTuber Watch. Who will it be this week, Dan Howe? Hosted by me, Benedict Townsend, and brought to you by PopBuzz, the only website that's ever made 100 episodes of anything. I forgot to do the joke in the middle, for sake. All this, plus I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road and ride till I can't no more for this week's edition of YouTuber News, the video news service. What is it? On this week's 100th edition of YouTuber News, the video news service from PopBuzz and hosted by me, Benedict Townsend. And I've done that slightly wrong, but don't worry about it, because this is the show. I'm not even tired or hungover or anything, I'm just bad at my job. Hosted by me, Benedict Townsend, and brought to you by PopBuzz, the only website that's ever made 100 episodes of anything. First take. Kind of amazing. Well, still got it. Our first story, YouTuber Prank Invasion is under fire for a video in which he sits down with his apparently biological sister and has a big old kiss for a while, and ooh. The YouTuber, real name Kris Munroe, uploaded a video called Kissing My Actual Sister Prank, where, lives up to its name. Now, to be fair, at the beginning of the video, Kris does say that it's not actually his sister, it's his half-sister. Doesn't make it any better, bro. Doesn't make it any better. And the video proceeds, and they just quite graphically kiss each other for a really long time. Some would say 1 second is too long, but they go on for what feels like hours. Now, there are many problems with this. First of all, don't kiss your sister. Don't kiss your sister, my lad. Laddie boy, did I catch you kissing your sister around the back of the barn? Don't be doing that again, sonny. You're 25 years old, you should know better. Ah, childhood memories. You can't be doing, but Papa, I want to do my news in my real voice. No, if you're going to go to London and be a newsman, you've got to do a posh voice, a posh newsman's voice. No, Papa, I want to be real. I want to be a real boy. You're a puppet, and you're northern. You'll never be a newsman. You can read all about that in my upcoming autobiography, Benedict Townsend, my autobiography. Putting aside the whole let's not make out with your sister thing, hashtag don't make out with your sister 2K19. Let's get it trending, guys. Aside from that, let's assess the fact that this isn't a prank. No one knows what the word prank means anymore. Sitting down with your sister and kissing her is not a prank. It's a prank on you and your life and your reputation that you uploaded that publicly and people are going to laugh at you. It's not a prank on her because she seems to be going along with it. It's not a prank. And that brings us to the return of one of our most popular segments. That's not how pranks work. What are you talking about? Hi, welcome to That's Not How Pranks Work. What are you talking about? I'm Jamie Lannister. I love my sister. This week, making out with your sister on a camera. That's not how pranks work. What are you talking about? This has been That's Not How Pranks Work. What are you talking about? Great segment of that show. Love it. Week in, week out, never disappoints. Oh, I've got to blow my nose. God damn it. Now there's a bit of a twist in the tale, which is that this is Prank Invasion, a guy who is well known for just faking videos and faking pranks, and also, again, not knowing what pranks mean. A lot of his videos involve him just walking up to strangers on the street and then kissing them. First of all, they're clearly actors. Second of all, that's not what pranks are. Pranks are like, I put a whoopee cushion in your chair, or I balanced a bucket of water above the door so it fell on you, or I framed you for murder. But just kissing someone isn't a prank, you know? I mean, it is for you, because you're so ugly. If you kiss someone, oh my god, that'd be the greatest prank of all. Kissing you, the ultimate prank. Can we get rid of this mirror, by the way, the one that sits just behind the camera, because I keep just attacking myself. Like I said, because it's Prank Invasion and because he fakes so many videos, people assumed, hey, this probably isn't his sister. This is probably just some random woman he found on Craigslist and paid some money to kiss him on camera, and then he could say it was his sister. It'd almost be better to actually kiss your sister, because at least that's free. Don't kiss your sister. So that's it then, son. You're not going to work on the farm with me. You're going to turn your back on your family name, go down to the big city, be a YouTube news boy, is that right?
Yes, Mother. Yes, I am. And although you breastfed me these last 12 years, I have no need for you anymore. As you can see, I've already adopted a newsman's voice, and I've got a newsman's future. Farewell forever.
Seriously, it's a great tale. The Times called it one of the unnecessarily longest autobiographies they've ever read, for one of the persons they've heard of the least. Because it's episode 100, I'm kind of taking on a personal challenge of how long I can go without talking about any news. And so far, I think I'm winning. Our second story, James Charles has won a... Where am I? Who am I? Our second story. James Charles has won a historic copyright battle against YouTube. This is a bit of a weird story. Charles. I call him Charles. I think I might be dehydrated. On to my second drink. Okay, yeah, a little bit of that. Cool. Ready to go. James got copyright struck by YouTube. He had his monetization removed and the money given to a record label because he sang a song in it. Now, usually what happens when someone puts copyrighted music in their video is that YouTube's automatic system, which is called Content ID, flags the music, and then the money from that video is diverted to the person who made the music. If you put like High Hopes by 21 Pilots, as famously sung by Charlie from Busted, if you put that in your video, you would get copyright struck and the money would go to the artist, and it makes sense. But this was possibly the first ever case where he was just singing the song a cappella with no backing track, and YouTube copyright struck it, and he lost all the money that he made on that video, and it went straight to, I believe it was Sony, the label. And obviously that's very annoying for James because that video got a lot of views, he's a very popular YouTuber, and he relies on YouTube to make money. Well, actually he doesn't. He has so much money. He's got all his merch, he's got, you don't know this, but James Charles sells hot air balloons. Well, he actually sells loads of things. He has like a little curio shop in the center of Prague where he just sells intriguing items. He sells a locket that cannot be opened. He sells currency from a country that no longer exists. He sells an amulet that vibrates with no visible means. He sells a lamp that can't be turned off. He sells a feather from an animal that hasn't yet been created. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then the rest is just milk, just loose milk everywhere. You gotta wear wellies when you go in because it's just all over the floor. And that's the end of the story. All right, next. Oh wait, sorry, no, I haven't covered any of that. Oh, you're probably wondering what the song was that he sang. It was, I believe it goes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa. No, I believe it was a Panic at the Disco cover. So very relevant to this show because it's a show for kids, for youthful people. I know about youth things. I know what Fortnite is. I know how to dab. James got a message from the YouTube team that told him that thanks to all the complaints made by him and his fans, Sony, the record label, had decided to pull their copyright claim, and all the money that they took has been returned to him. So it had a happy ending in the end. And it was, you know, in recent times, YouTube has been pretty difficult with creators around copyright. So this is maybe the first time that YouTube has reversed course so drastically and chosen to side with a creator over a big record label or a big company, which is a good sign. A very small step. That's one small step for creators, one giant leap for Probably gonna get copyright struck for my singing there because it was so kind of like pitch perfect. Well, at this point, if we're already using copyrighted songs, I may as well break out the hits. I'd like to tell you about my new CD coming out this year. Benedict Townsend Sings the YouTube Hits. We've got all your favorites, including Yeah, 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 Whoop, 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 and America Castell, I'm in myself, and who could forget Benedict Townsend, I'd like to be your friend, please. And of course the entire soundtrack of the show Cats. Oh, we're a bunch of cats, and we dance around. Meow, meow, what's this? Nothing's happening, but this show is so extremely long. Speaking of very long, I mean, it's the final episode, so who cares? You know, we're never going to do another episode, so it's fine. Don't forget to subscribe. Our third story, Jake Paul has sustained a potentially career-ending boxing industry. Jake Paul has sustained a potentially career-ending injury. Now I just want to stay in industry. Now to be clear, when I say career-ending, I mean his boxing career, not his YouTube career. So don't worry, I know you were all really sad there that Jake Paul might stop making videos, but he'll probably continue forever. So how about a big smile and a thumbs up for that? B100! Jake was sparring with fellow YouTuber Joe Weller, not to be confused with Zoella, who is a very nice YouTuber who I have only nice things to say about. Let's move on. And they were having a big fight, and then unfortunately Jake sustained a wrist injury. Now at first he thought, hey bro, this is just freaking, whoa, it's a wacky wrist thing. No one cares about that. But then as time went on, it got more and more painful, it was swelling more and more, and he had to go to hospital, and it turned out it was filled with liquid, and it was sprained. And now he's stuck in bed for at least 3 months while he has to recover, and it looks like he may never box again for at least 3 months. With Jake's hand out of action, you know, he can't box, he can't do one-handed magic tricks, can't juggle knives, can't play pool, he can't do that thing where you go like that and it goes I can't do it, but do kids still do this now? I grew up in a time before the internet existed, so before the internet existed. How could this possibly be gifted to something weird?
What's that, Rat? You think he was killed by the FBI in collaboration with the Mafia and the Cubans? Well, agree to disagree. Either way, Abraham Lincoln was a hell of a president.
Now it's time for a very popular section of our show, YouTuber Watch, where I focus in every week on one YouTuber and tell you what they got up to. Now this week, in celebration of our 100th episode, The Big Hundo, we've decided to dig into the YouTuber News archives, which are of course located in a nuclear bunker deep beneath the icy wastes of Portugal, and find an ancient clip from one of the very first episodes of YouTuber News, way back in 1556. It's time for a very ancient downhill watch. Forsooths, and welcome to YouTuber Watch, the show where we tell tales of sightings of YouTubers as they go about their lives. This week, Sir Rotherington Howell was walking down the street to buy himself a brand new plague rat when all of a sudden he was accosted by a gentleman carrying a sword. Now, of course, this being the past, it was entirely normal that he had a sword. Nothing weird about that at all. What was weird is the fact that he pulled the sword upon him like some kind of scurvy knave and said to him, "You are going to perish today, sir." But luckily, the man then immediately died from a very simple cold because, you know, it's the past, it's the olden days, and everyone is just so weak. And Sir Rotherington Howell gave a big laugh, ha ha ha, and he said, to celebrate, I'm going to sire a generation of Howells who will go down throughout history, making things, doing things, and having a fringe. And maybe one day I will have a young great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson, and his name will be Markiplier. This has been YouTuber Watch. Wow, what a great historic episode of Dan Howell Watch. It's amazing to see how much stuff has changed in those 500 years. For example, we now have a tablecloth. Apart from that, basically the same. Now it's time for Nude of the Week, where I show you a nude and... Oh, what's this? My son is here. What, Tavin? My son? But he's never appeared on the show before. Little context for you. All right, send him in. Tavin, where are you? Where are you, boy? Come here. Tavin? Jesus Christ. Hello, son. How are you? It's good to see you. Sorry that I keep leaving you on the street and not being a good father, but you know what it's like when I don't like my son. Do you have any message for the viewers on our 100 episode? Thanks, son. You really are my son, Tavin. No, come back. What have I told you, Tavin? It's okay to touch sometimes. It can mean love. There you go. That's it. Good boy. That's my boy. And then there we go. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're my son forevermore. Right, back to your cage. Come on, get out of here. My son, everyone, Tavin. How about a round of applause? Now listen. We joke around on this show a lot, but 100 episodes, that's an incredible thing. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching the show. Thank you to everyone who has ever commented or liked or shared or tweeted or mentioned the show on Club Penguin. Without you, the show would be 85% of what it is now. So thank you so much for doing the bare minimum for this show. Well done to you. Yeah, fine. Okay, yeah, you're fine. No, but thank you. Thank you for being part of. Thank you for being part of the YouTuber News Global Conglomerate, which is what I decided the group name was for all of us many months ago, and then completely forgot about. So if you want to show your appreciation for yourselves and others. Do hashtag YouTube News Global Conglomerate and a little red diamond. And if you tweet at me or PopBuzz, I'll ignore it. Thanks for watching for all these 100 episodes. I'll see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And, oh God. I'll be back with more of this wonderful YouTube-based content in the weeks to come. Tavin, no! It's so diseased, Tavin, please! You're so sick already! And with that, we come to the end of the 100th episode of YouTuber News, and as we've established, the very final episode that will ever be aired, and all previous episodes are going to be destroyed. And, oh, what's this? I'm getting a call. Hello? What's that, Mr. Mayor? The kids won their basketball game, and now the show can be saved? That's wonderful news. That means YouTuber News can continue for 1, perhaps 2 more episodes. Amazing. So everyone definitely should keep subscribing and liking the episodes and sharing it with their friends. Only if they want to. Forget that, they have to. Okay, bye. Great news, gang. The show continues. Here's to 100 more. Who would have thought after 100 episodes I still can barely do any of this?